What's up, everyone? Welcome back to part 2 of Crystalline. Thank you so much for how many views I got on my last video, but I didn't see many likes, so if you could do me a big favor, please smash that like button. It means so much to me, and it also helps me know if you guys like this content, and if you don't, please also comment down below on what you like about this anime in the game, and what do you like about my voice acting too, because I'm not that good at it yet. So let's get back to this. We just got to the guard, to the gates and stuff, like so. Yeah, the guard motions to a manipulator.
Wait, you're a Mage-Knight?
Leanna blinks.
Yes, that's correct.
Can you scan the treasurer for magic use? I swear, he's doing...
Not your crazy theories again. They already have a court mage to see to that.
Yes, a court mage who was assigned by the treasurer.
The second guard frowns but doesn't reply.
If we let you through, will you just scan around and see if you notice anything?
Leanna nods.
Yes, I'll do what I can.
Just be careful. Some of the treasurer's hired guards may not be so fond of you poking around.
Both guards step to the side.
On your way.
Let's go.
This is exciting, guys. Zack leads the way again. We follow behind us. Leanna enters with a manipulator. As we progress through the mansion, we pass unnoticed by the cloaks and guards miling about. They must assume we have a reason to be here if we got through the front door. Leanna stares intently at her manipulator, her brow furrowed in confusion.
This doesn't make any sense.
What is it?
The readings. They're so erratic. It's almost like there's... But there can't be.
There's what?
Shadow magic.
Shadow magic. Zack looks sharply at Leanna.
Shadow magic.
She reluctantly nods. Zack lets his jaw and tightens the grip on his discharges. So, shadow magic. Someone mind telling me what that is?
It's forbidden magic.
She is entirely focused on her manipulator. I don't know, I'm trying to say the word.
It's coming from...
She jogs down a hallway and stops in front of the mahogany double doors.
behind there.
Suddenly a voice calls out from behind us.
It's you!
Standing down the hall is the same guard from the shop.
How did you get in here? Intruders!
All eyes fall on us. He begins yelling. The guards who previously ignored us now draw their weapons as they close in.
You go deal with whatever that is. I'll keep them busy here.
Zack kicks down one of the tables and drops behind it for cover.
Go! Now!
Sorry. As he raises his guns, purple energy swirls to life. He rains a hail of energy bolts down the hall and suppresses fire. Leanna bursts through the doors and I stay at her heels. The noise from the battle gradually fades away as we run deeper into the mansion. Eventually the hall leads to a study. A curved wooden desk, loaded with books and ledgers, is in the center, with bookcases surrounding it. A man wearing a hooded dark robe sits at the desk. He scribbles something with one hand while the other hand is hidden within his robe. An older man sits on the other side of the desk. His graying hair sticks out in strange angles, and his embroidered clothes are slightly askew. He stares at the open ledgers on the desk. His eyes are dull, as if they aren't really seeing it. Two guards stand by the doorway, as still as statues, but those same dull eyes. And with the treasurer rises to his feet.
Who let these two in? I explicitly said no visitors!
Leanna's manipulator pulses brightly, especially when she raises her arm towards him.
It's him! He's the source of the shadow magic!
Neither the mayor nor the guards react.
How dare you make such accusations! Arrest her immediately!
Guards ready their weapons. Oh no, stop! We aren't here to fight you.
It's no use! He's influencing them with shadow magic!
A gust of wind gathers around Leanna, violently whipping her hair and clothes. It concentrates in a dawn-lented bomb, and she puts it at them. The wind knocks the guards against the walls and blows open the robe of the treasurer, exposing his hidden hand, Within his hand is a dark crystal sphere. It looks like a marble darkness that's rolling in smoke. From within the crystal are shadow tendrils which extend to the mayor and his 2 unconscious guards. Leanna's voice is flat when she speaks. I've never heard her sound so serious before.
A tainted spear, and the...
Sorry.
You have seen too much.
The treasure raises the black sphere high and shadow energy shoots straight towards Leanna. She raises her hand and creates another ball of wind, which she fires at the shadowy bolt. The shadow ball cuts through Leanna's magic like a knife through butter. The wind scatters harmless into the room. Push her out of the way. Leanna. That was a bad reaction to me. I dash towards her and knock her out of the way. I take the full brunt of the shadow blast. I'm flung back against the wall. Agony sears my body. I grit through the plane and look at Leanna. It doesn't look like any of the magic hit her. She rushes over, her face of mixed bewilderment and concern. This is painful. This painful, but say nothing. You got this. I must up a smile. Go get them.
That was so reckless.
And Leanna unsheathes her blade. A determined fire in her eyes. She faces the treasure and raises her sword. Oh, that looks so cool. Look at that. Look at that magic. Let's go. One man little glows with power which flows into her blade, encasing it in a smooth glow. Magic particles swirl around us. Static sparks of energy lash out from her weapon. In an instant, she dashes towards the treasure head in human speed. That looks amazing. Look at that. I love this. It fires 2 shadowy bullets, but Leanna uses her blade to cut through the shadow and shoots off 2 sets of energy which cut through the shadow. Oh,
What?
Magic set.
Yeah!
Leanna lunges and charges her blade towards the treasure. Just before her sword would pierce him, the treasure throws his tainted spear to the ground. Shadows party, shadow mist leaks out of the horde, closing the roof in a dark fog. The thick fog clouds my vision, so I can't see anything. As it slowly begins to fade, I make out Leanna marching her surroundings. The treasure is nowhere to be seen. When she doesn't see her enemy, the glow from her sword fades away. The mayor lets out a throaty groan. He rubs at his head, his eyes now looking groggy, like somebody who has just woken up.
What is...
Leanna sheathes her blade.
Take it easy. You were under the effects of shadow magic.
shadow magic?
He shakes his head as if to free his thoughts. He must be trying to shake off the lingering effects of the magic.
Is it finally over?
Leanna nods. The mayor takes a few more minutes to compose himself. When his eyes seem more focused, he sighs in relief.
You have my thanks.
Suddenly, the door barges open. Zach races in behind him is a wave of guards.
Stop him!
Help!
He's with us!
The mayor stands unsteadily on his feet, but addresses the guards.
Leave them be! But I said leave them be!
Ooh, yes. They hesitate and shoot focused guns at each other, but ultimately follow the order and lower their weapons.
Took you guys long enough.
He looks at me.
What are you doing down there?
I groan as I rotate onto my back. Leanna offers me a hand, which I accept.
He took a shadow blast, aimed for me.
Oh, that's sweet. How she said it. Zach blinks in surprise, but looks impressed.
Seems like you ended up being useful after all.
Thanks. Leanna chucks her men in Plato, but it remains still.
The shadow magic is gone.
Mayor seems much more alert.
It was my treasurer, wasn't it?
Leanna nods. He sighs heavily and sits back down in his chair.
When he first arrived into town, I thought he would be like all the other travelers and go on his way. But he said he knew how to make this town even greater than what it is now. He had ideas on how we could become more than just a wayward stop. The first step was to increase taxes to build up our treasury.
He hangs in his head as his hands.
All I wanted was to help the people here have better lives. But all I've done is cause them suffering.
You weren't in control of yourself.
But it was me who made all the rulings and enforced those tax laws.
Leanna shakes her head.
It wasn't you. That man had a tainted sphere. and he was using it to influence you.
The mayor leans back. He looks tired, as if a huge weight was dropped on him.
I don't deserve to continue as mayor of this town.
One of the guards steps forward.
That's not true.
I look over at the voice and recognize him as one of the guards formerly controlled by shadow magic.
I know what it's like when he used that magic. All I could think about was how I could become an honor guard. The thought was overwhelming and I'd do anything to achieve it. I know that wasn't the real you, Mayor.
The other formerly controlled guard steps forward and nods.
Me too. Little Garrett still plays with the toy sword you gave him for his birthday. Says he's practicing for when he joins the guard too.
The other guards in the room murmur their assent.
There's nobody who can run this town better than you.
The mayor glances at the full faces of his guard. In this small town, I can believe that he knows each of them by name. Finally, he gives them a weak smile.
I suppose somebody needs to clean up this mess.
He gets back to his feet and turns to us.
I don't know how to thank you for what you've done for us.
Leanna smiles warmly.
I'm glad we were able to help.
Zack, I nod.
You must be exhausted. Please, feel free to stay at Raven Pass for as long as you like. You are always welcome here.
Thank you.
The three of us leave the mayor to his business and head out of the mansion. Once outside, I glance up at the darkening sky. Leanna mirrors my movements.
We should rest up for the night.
Agreed.
I nod.
I saw the inn back towards the shops.
Zack leads the way. After turning down a side street, we see the lighted sign for the Hog's Head Inn. I stifle a yawn as we head inside. Zack and I sit down at a table while Leanna speaks with the innkeeper. She returns with two room keys, looking a bit shocked. Wordlessly, she passes one to Zack. What's going on?
The innkeeper refused to let us pay for the rooms or food. Said it was by order of the mayor, and one he would happily oblige.
Obliges her. That was really nice of him. She nods. Another silence falls over us, but this one feels natural and not a bit uncomfortable. After a few minutes, the staff brings up 3 steaming bowls and places one in front of each of us. Once the bowl hits the table, Zack digs in, bestowing practically, and heals his food. Leanna and I share a look before we grab our spoons. I'll steal again. She nods.
It's hearty and filling.
A bit again?
Actually, this time it's venison.
I've never had venison, actually. I take a bite. Even more gross, tastes the same. Better than rabbit. No way, this is even better. Leanna grins.
I like venison more.
Really good. I try not to wince every time I use my spoon. The fire has eased that out of my body, but my shoulders throbs when I land it on the ground. Leanna glances at me, then gets up and walks back to the innkeeper. She turns with the compressed in her hand. She offers it to me with a smile.
This should help with the pain.
I hold it against my shoulder and smile appreciatively as the pain slowly melts into a dull ache.
Thanks for helping me back there.
I smile. Anytime. I continue digging into my mail. So, what exactly makes shadow magic bad?
It's far more dangerous than any other elemental magic. And the most serious
sorry.
thought of shadow magic is how it's able to amplify the shadowy thoughts of someone's mind.
So the treasure was manipulating what the mayor was already feeling? She nods.
He might have wanted to help the town by looking to expand, but there's also a bit of selfishness on his part for wanting to do that too. Either greed for more money coming in, and more luxurious goods.
Everyone has thoughts like that. It's just a matter of keeping those thoughts in check.
Leanna nods.
Shadow magic, unfortunately, lets those desires loose in a destructive way.
Is there any way to block against it?
Unless you are a mage. Not really.
Leanna picks at her food.
Most people can't control the magic well, and it's very easy for it to backfire and cause more harm to the caster than the intended target.
That treasure seemed to be handling it well. She looks even more worried.
I know. Which is even more troubling, considering the fact that shadow magic is outlawed in Havengard.
I just love his voice acting, dude. It's really good. Zack pushes his now empty bowl away from him.
I think he's part of Void.
Leanna frown deepens.
I think so too. I noticed the branding on his forearm.
What's Void?
They're practitioners of shadow magic. They first rose to power during the struggle of the Three Kingdoms, before the Treaty of Azaria. They wanted to grow their power in the outreach of shadow magic, and a lot of innocent people were killed in the process. At the height of their power, they grew so powerful and were so destructive that the Three Kingdoms had to set aside their differences and band together.
That's
Wow.
when the treaty was formed. Part of the agreement was to outlaw shadow magic.
Are you really telling me it took 3 kingdoms to take down one cult?
Shadow magic is a lot more powerful than any other elemental magic, which is why there are people who still want to practice it. It's impossible to stabilize the magic, so it's deemed too dangerous to be used.
Zack nods. I see. No wonder both Leanna and Zack seem so grim when they feel it's known as shadow magic. I stifle another yawn.
Is everyone done eating?
Zack and I both nod.
Then I suggest we head to bed.
I second that motion. I'm exhausted.
I know.
She grins and I can feel a rush of warmth to my face. I guess she saw my yawn. Zack leads the way upstairs. Clutching one of the keys, we stop in front of 2 adjoining
Well,
doors.
good night then.
Good night. Zack nods. Leanna turns the key and lets herself into the room. Then gently closes the door behind her. Zack also turns the key and lets himself into the second room. As I'm about to follow him in, the door slams shut. Very funny. I turn the handle, but it's locked. What the hell? Zack, let me in. He ignores me, so I pound on the door. Come on, let me in. He doesn't answer, but a couple of people poke their heads out of their rooms and glare at me. I try Leanna's room. This is too ridiculous. I knock on Leanna's door. Leanna. She opens the door a crack and pulls it open all the way when she recognizes me. Her brows are creased with worry.
Is something wrong?
Yes. Yes, I want to stay with you. I'm not gonna say that though. Zack's being mean. Zack locked me out of the room. She blinks.
Really? Is that it?
What? And I need to get in there.
Alright, then get in there.
How? She smokes.
I'm sure you'll figure it out. Good night.
I didn't expect that answer at all, guys. I expected to, like, help me, but no, she didn't. She closes the door. That didn't go as expected. Yeah, tell me about it. Continue hammering repeatedly on the door. I can keep this up all night. Suddenly the door swings open and I walk in. The first thing I notice are the 2 twin beds. Zack lounges on one and fixes a stony gaze on me. What the hell was that? Why didn't you just let me in?
No space.
What? There are 2 beds. Zack wordlessly walks to the other bed and pulls back the blankets. Tucked inside the bed are both of his discharges. Are you serious, dude? Not cool, man. Not cool. I go to remove the weapons.
What are you doing?
Sleeping. This is my bed.
But then where will they sleep?
On the floor. I just look at them. Look at him. Finally, he sighs and collects his discharges. I can't believe that. I lie back on the bed as soon as my head hits the pillow, and I sleep. And I can sleep. I'm sorry. I think that's what it said. I'm rudely awakened by boisterous yells as I blink my eyes open. I see the Pongo planted on Zack's face. What is going on? Zack leaps off the bed, continues scolding the Pongo screws under the pillow. I think you scared him.
Get out of there!
He snatches the pillow to reveal the Pongo, constantly globbing over his discharges. The Pongo's eyes are still lifted shut and wears a silly grin.
Don't even think about it!
Zack looks at his discharges and forcefully gives him a shake. The Pongo's eyes are snap open as he wobbles in the air, clinging for dear life.
Boy!
Zack doesn't seize his shaking, and somehow the Pongo seems to be hanging on.
Boy!
His small body changes up and down until he finally bounces to the floor.
Poi poi!
He glares daggers at Zack, who's too busy inspecting his charges to notice. There's a sharp knock on the door. Barely comprehending what's going on, I shove it to the door and open a crack.
I heard yelling. Is everything
She cuts off mid-sentence and her eyes grow wide. I look at his face, I look at him. I look behind me and see Zack banging his discharges high in the air while the Pingo leaps up to Egypt. Sorry.
These aren't for you to absorb!
That's funny.
Boy!
Boy!
I'll just wait for you guys downstairs.
Before I can answer this, she turns around and walks away. I can't blame her for that. I close the door and start getting dressed. A long while later, I emerge from the room with the Pingo sitting on my head. Zack has his charges back in their holsters and shoulders, his back. We head downstairs and meet Leanna, who's writing at one of the tables.
Is everyone ready?
Is everyone ready? Yeah, sorry. Yep.
Yeah. As long as that thing doesn't come near my dischargers again.
Poi poi!
The Pongo sticks out his tongue. Leanna speaks before the two of them can start again.
Alright, then let's hit the road!
Well, no, guys, before we do that, I'm gonna end this video right now. Please leave a like, subscribe for more, and comment down below on what you like about this video. It will help me out a lot, and I will see you guys tomorrow with another video. And bye guys.